Hi everyone. So today I am going to explain about the barriers of TQM. So we shall see what are the benefits. Like we have seen so many benefits. Now we shall see the barriers. The first one is lack of management committee commitment. Management should consistently apply the principles of TQM in the organization. Now, if at one point they are missing means, and they are not like they are not concentrating much on TQM means, sure it cannot be successful. So lack of management commitment is very important, and inability to change organizational culture. Inability to change means people mindset will be got used to only one particular strategy or any scenarios, right? So if you want to change it means it's not that easy. Only if their needs are met they will change, else they will not change. And we need to remove the fear which they have, and we need to instill the trust between the organization and people. And third one is we need to improper planning. Improper planning means, so if we are simply accepting TQM is not that effective, we need to proper plan properly. So implementation of the plan which we have done, and we need to modify it correctly, right? And the fourth one is lack of continuous training and education. If the training and education is very less, they cannot come up with new plans or new reports, right? So the training and education is very important. And the fifth one is incompatible organizational culture and isolated individuals and department. See, we have organizational culture is not adapted by individuals and department means it's totally waste. We should have the multifunctional teams. That should be like that multifunctional team shouldn't have any barrier between them while implementing this TQM principles. Then it will not lead to success, right? And the sixth one is ineffective measurement techniques and lack of access to data and results. See, whatever the organization have framed, that should be measured correctly. If they are not measuring it, then there is no use. If there is a fault, it will be continued throughout. So effective measurement techniques is essential, and people should have an effective access to the data and results, the benchmark and everything they should check, else how they will get to know about the products, right? And the seventh one is paying inadequate attention to internal and external customers. See, if we are not paying attention to our internal customers and we are not getting feedbacks about them, internal and external customers means there is no use of making the product, right? So it's going to be a very important role in the organizational culture. And the eighth one is inadequate use of empowerment and teamwork. See, if the people are given empowered, that should be in a controlled manner, and management should look over it, and if it is in a healthy manner it should be entertained. Else the teams needs to be training, and proper individuals should they can make decision only with respect to some they should know what they are doing, right? Simply they cannot come up with improper solutions. And the last one is failure to continually improve. Why the failure happens means, it is like when we sit back and rest, when we just stop to make improvements, what will happen to our progress means, if you are not in the right track, it will stop our improvements, right? So these are all the different barriers of the total quality management. So if we rectify this thing only, then we can able to manage, right? And the next one is benefits of TQM and economic improvement oriented benefits, right? So we shall see different benefits around total quality management. The first one is improvement in product quality. Yes, we are aiming for quality, that will be done, and the design of the product will be improved, and the production will be there, production flow will be even more. And improvement in employee morale and quality consciousness means how the employees behave will be like, you can make you can feel the change, and the quality consciousness will be there for each and starting from the top management to the bottom level management. And the improvement in the service, the product service will be like very much improved. And marketplace, everyone will start accepting your product if you keep on changing the updations, like you are making all the updations properly, and you are meeting the customer like you are exceeding the customer needs means, then sure they will accept your product, right? And the economic improvements what you will get means, reduction in operating cost. No, see, quality is not at all based on only the more price, right? It is obtained by the workforce who works for the product. So you can see the reduction in the operating cost, and like you can see even the reduction in losses. There will not be any losses, and reduction in field service cost. Simply the service you can like see, if once the product is very well given means, then you can field service cost, like you can, you no need to visit again and again. And liability exposure means like, see, you can easily collect the thoughts, you can promote the team spirits among them, right? So everything will be in a controlled manner, and you can give a better quality through this. So these are all the different benefits of total quality management, and also we have seen about the barriers of total quality implementation. So I'll be continuing with my next lecture video in the next session. Thank you all for listening.